はい、それではですね、今回は、MLB ザショー17をやっていこうと思いますので、よろしくお願いします。それでは早速いきましょう。パイレーツとの3連戦の、2試合目でございます。さあ、16連戦の、第5試合目。かなりね、ちょっときついですが、頑張っていきましょう。先発は、コンリーですね。さあ、パイレーツは、タイロンですか？どちらもね、ちょっとまだ勝ちもなく、防御率の5点台、5.6 台ということで、かなりちょっと似た者同士ですね。さあ、どちらに今日は勝ちがつくのか、それともまだどちらも勝ちがつかずお預けになってしまうのかっていうところでね、ちょっと大事なね、ちょっと見応えのある投手2人ですね。
Stay tuned for Marlins baseball. Next. Adam Conley will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. What's your take on him, H?
Well, Matt, he's going to have his rough outings from time to time. ERA last year, just a little under 4. But the thing about it is he's going to take the ball. Give me the ball. I'm going to take my knocks, but I'm going to keep him in the game. And that's what I'm looking for him to do in this ball game. Keep him in the game. Give him a chance to win.
Stepping up to the plate, Starling Marte. It's been a really slow start to the season for him, as you can see by the April numbers on your screen.
行きましょう。
Pitch of the ball game here is taken for a called strike one. This Marlins ball club, Harold Reynolds, as they begin play here tonight, they've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
Well, Matt, it's always nice to play at home, and they got off on the right foot, winning the first game of the series here, and they got a chance really to win this game and maybe even sweep this series. So the first one's an important game.
Temperature here at the park tonight, a comfy 72 degrees at first pitch. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Line toward the gap in left center. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Well, that's a good positive step. Got him to a slow start here in April. That's one you build on right there.
Number 25, Gregory Polanco.
低めをうまく持っていかれましたね。
Now at the plate, Gregory Polanco, and he's hoping to get things going at the plate.
さあ、
It's
ポラ
been a
ン
bit
コ
of
こ
a
こ4
struggle
試合
for
は
him in recent
16の
games.
2と、1割2分ポイントちょっと、落ちてきていますね。さあ、盗塁注意していきましょう。足速いですからね。
First delivery to him on the way. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. Nobody out, runner on first. Now he'll step off the rubber and go to first. And he's back in standing. Nothing in one count. Here it comes. Takes a knee-high fastball. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Working the plate is Carl Dixon.
Matt, you know, Dixon's interesting. I've seen a lot of pitchers complain because he's the hitter's umpire. He's really tight on the corners. You got to basically put the ball in the middle of the plate and get that call. Pitchers can't stand it. Hitters love him.
And he misses there, 1-2. Now a snap move over to first, just keeping him close. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Fastball.
Okay,
And there's the first down of the inning. A chance here to check out the starting lineup for the visiting Pirates. Who stands out to you, Danny?
You know, they really need Starling Marte to get on a roll. Watching his last game, he went 0 for 4, and it just looks like he's out of sync right now. Maybe this game is the game that gets him going.
And that'll bring up the versatile Jung-Ho Kang. He brings an average in the 260s into this one. From the stretch. And a pitch out. Nothing doing though, and that's ball 1.
走ってくるような感じではないですかね。
And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike. Swing and a hot shot towards the hole. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. Here's Andrew McCutcheon now. Comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
球はね、そんなにね、悪い球がいってるとはね、思わないんですけどね。
Now this is up and in, and I don't think he likes that
調子の
location
悪
much.
さ
It's ball 1.
Well, Matt, this is a situation in last night's game. They didn't do a very good job driving in runs. Now, in this game, you capitalize on it. You grow from your mistakes and be able to come back and deliver in this one here.
And he watches one miss outside, 2-0 now.
This is where you really got to focus with runners on base. You got a 2-0 count. You have a tendency to get a little anxious, thinking you can drive somebody in. Stay focused, get your pitch.
Ready with the 2-0 pitch. 3-0 now.
He's really being aggressive right now, Matt. Got himself into a great hitter's count, and then you see him check swing. You don't see that very often on the fastball. He's ready to swing, and he held up enough to let it go for a ball.
Set to deliver on 3-0. McCutcheon will take one that misses. It's ball 4.
I'll tell you, he's looked unsteady out there since the first pitch he threw. A couple of hits and a free pass, so he's really searching for an answer to get back on track. We'll see if he can settle down here.
Josh Harrison stands in.
なんと満
Not
塁
the shiniest of batting average as he comes in hitting down in the 220s for the year. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Gordon is there. Echeverria for one.
セカンドダブルプレイ
In time, and just like that, the side is retired. Just what the doctor ordered. He gets the double play to get him out of the inning. We're back to South Florida following this. Jamison Taillon is the man on the mound for the Pirates in this contest. Harold, any thoughts?
Well, this is going to be a challenge for him because it's a road game and he hasn't pitched well on the road at all. The numbers speak for themselves. So he's got to figure something out, whether it's concentration, whether it's focus, or whatever it might be. But he's got to turn around that trend to give his team a chance to really finish the season out.
Here's D. Gordon now. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. Harold, we look at this Pirates ball club as they enter play here tonight. They come in not exactly setting the world on fire as they've dropped 5 of their last 8 ball games.
Yeah, Matt, I mean, nobody likes to lose game 1 of the road trip, but you go on the road thinking, hey, if we can play 500 for the full road trip, we're in good standing. So right now, you're in game 2 of the road trip, and you know what? If you win today, you're what? 500. So you're actually on goal. That's why this game is a big one for you to be on point.
That fastball's too much for him there. 1-2. Now the 1-2 home to Gordon. And this is drifting foul back into the stands.
That is too good a pitch to make right there with 2 strikes. But he fouled it off. Now you got to stay aggressive and go get him again.
Again, he sends it out of play.
That's probably not what he wants to do with 2 strikes right there with the fastball. He was fortunate he just fouled it off.
Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And there's your first out of the inning. We have a moment here in Miami to take a look at the Marlins starting lineup. What's the key to sending fans home smiling tonight, Harold?
Well, the key to this game for me, they're facing a team that makes a lot of errors. Put the ball in play. When they're on the defensive side, you know you're struggling. You don't want the ball hit to you. So what do on the offensive side? Hit it to them. Put it in play.
In is Christian Yelich. Took an 0 for 4 in the victory last night. Into the windup and the pitch. Now a swing and a miss as they start him out on a pitch well inside for strike one.
Boy, not a good swing there. That was really ugly. Anytime you can make a hitter look like that, you've done something special.
Did it look to you like he was guessing on the pitch?
Oh, certainly it had to be, Matt, but if he was, he obviously wasn't looking for that pitch.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
Oh,
and another foul ball. Another 0-2 coming. Line drive to left. Polanco is right there and she'll put it away without much problem for the second out.
He got that one pretty good. It just didn't have the right launch angle to carry over the outfielder's head. Small difference where the ball hit the bat could have made all the difference.
Giancarlo Stanton now. As with 2 away, he'll swing and miss at the first pitch. It's 0-1. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the first. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Looks like it going back.
入ったホームラン。スタントン久しぶりに出ましたね。ちょっと詰まったかなと思ったんだけども、意外と伸びていきましたね。さあスタントン第7号。
Yeah, we always talk about how important it is to spot your starter or run into early in the game, and he does just that, blasting a no-doubt bomb that serves notice. They're going to be swinging with the wood here. No better way to get the home crowd into it right out of the gates.
さあスタントンのホームランで1点先制。
He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Marlins are on the board first thanks to the solo home run. Second inning coming up. It's now 1-0 Miami. Digging in, John Jaso. First time to the plate for him, and he's carrying an eye-popping batting line with him. Up in the 360s to start play.
さあ2回いきましょう。まあ、先制点ねもらいましたからね。これを大事にしていってほしいですね。
Strike 2. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit.
Great pitch right there on 0-2. Purpose pitch, right? Running that ball in off the plate. Now that opens up that whole strike zone, and you're not quite as comfortable as a hitter.
Hit on the ground to short. Echeverria's there. First to be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
Well, let's take a look at the Marlins defense, brought to you by Majestic. In this day and age, with analytics and the shift applied all over the field, This team is old school. They may be a dinosaur. They don't shift as much as everybody else. They play that station standard baseball.
Here's the catcher, Francisco Cervelli. He drove in one of their 2 runs in last night's ball game. And he lays off a pitch here that he probably shouldn't have. 0-1.
Oh, that was a good-looking slider to hit. He kind of hung him one. When you got a slider right there and it's spinning towards you, that's the one you annihilate.
Chopped foul at the plate here, and it's 0-2. And a good 2-strike pitch, but he misses high. 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Grounded to the right. Moore scoops it up. And he'll get in there safely.
ピッチャーカバーに行ってほしいんだけどな。なんで向こう走っていっちゃうんだろうね。ファーストゴロだと。
Here's Jordy Mercer now. He drove in the other of their 2 runs last night.
ファーストのヘラーですか。なんで向こう走っていっちゃうんだろうね。それだけが不思議だし、ピッチャーもカバーに走ってほしいですね。
The 1-0 delivery. And this runs inside, and that looked like it got him pretty good.
Well, no one really likes getting plunked by a pitch, but as long as it doesn't do too much damage, most guys will take it any day. A free pass can be a big deal if the guys behind you can make it hurt for the pitcher.
Digging in, Jamison Tyon, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield.
画面がありますね。で、一番ピッチャーのところですね。
Well, I like that right there. Pulling the bat
こ
back.
こはお
He's
そら
still
く
got
バン
him
ト
on
で
a
しょう
strike.
ね。
That's the one trap that Bunter.
シフトは、うん。バントでですね、一緒。はい。
Fall into, they think they got to bunt anything. It's not a squeeze bunt. You still have to bunt a strike.
Now a bunt attempt here, and a good decision there to sweep this away in foul territory and make him try it again. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Got it back in time there, and it's 2-1.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do is load the bases right here, so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
Shows bunt here, but this one misses. Ball 3.
Hit the last batter. Now he finds himself down 3-1. Look, he's just got to groove one, get himself back in the rhythm and throw strikes.
バントはやらせていきましょう。確実にね、ワンアウトを取っていくということで。ラッキーですね、サードライナー。
Center fielder number 6, Starling March.
Stepping in and
さあ、ラッキーながらですね、ツーアウトでランナーはそのままですね。
2 on, 2 out, and of course, here in inning number 2. And a good slider here to start the at-bat, but it's ruled a ball, 1-0. Two men are on with 2 men out. Skied in the air to straightaway left.
仕上げましたが、ふと。
And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Pirates strand a couple. They're down 1-0. Here's Marcelo Zuna. He was 1 for 4 with a triple in the ball game last night.
さあ2回は5番の小園が初球打ってセンター前へ。
That's what they call going to the plate with a game plan. 0-0 count, looking for a fastball. He took it right back up the middle. Great execution.
さあ、ノーアウトランナー一塁で6番リアルミュート。
Stepping in now, JT Realmuto, as he'll watch a first pitch curveball drop in there for strike one. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. He's ready. Here's the 0-1.
Yeah. 完璧に捉えました。ツーランホームラン。
It's a two-run shot to straightaway left. Sixth home run on the season for him, as the Marlins have taken a 3-0 lead.
さあ、リアルムート。今シーズン第6号のツーランホームランで3対0とリードを3点に広げましたね。いや、変化球でしたけどね、よくタイミング合わせていきましたね。
Martin Prado now. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. The average sits at a cool 305 entering play. 4 home runs and 8 runs batted in. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
What a great adjustment. The high fastball on the first one didn't have a good release point. The next one he's able to put it on the corner, correcting himself as the at-bat goes on. I love it.
Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And this is popped foul off to the right and back into the seats. Here's another 1-2. Swing and a little tap, but it gets foul.
He's just fouling him off so he gets something he wants to hit.
Another 1-2 delivery.
Neither
guy giving in here, and they'll do it again.
That's 4 foul balls in a row. He's battling, no doubt.
Now another 1-2. A fastball down near the shoe tops.
Seems like he's throwing everything at him, the kitchen sink, and he just fouled him off. So he tried to throw something right there and make him chase, and he didn't. So I don't know where he goes from here.
He can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
Well, let's take a look at the Buccos defense, brought to you by Majestic. And I'm looking down there at Josh Harrison. You can put him anywhere on the diamond. Outfield, corner in the infield, middle infield. He plays everywhere. And that's the value of Josh
2016年
Harrison.
のゴールデングラブ賞ということでね、パイレーツの守備。
Here's Echeverria now. A couple of hits for him in 4 trips to the plate last night. First pitch coming. Here it is. Pulled high in the air out to left field.
これも行ったのかじゃないか、これは。もう一振りでしたね。さあ、そしてピッチャーのコンビですね。
Into the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
I think he just subscribed to the swing hard in case you hit it philosophy of hitting. As a pitcher, why not? Better than standing up there like you've never held a bat before.
Oh, got him a swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2.
Well, there's no doubt what he was thinking on those first 2 swings. Big power swings. Now he's got to dial it back a little bit and try to put that ball in play.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. He got
Yeah,
him. Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end to the inning. The 2 in the inning for the Marlins, thanks to the 2-run home run. We played 2. It's 3-0 Miami.
ツーランホームランで3対0と。
Now batting, Gregory Polanco. He'll stand in to open things up here in the third.
Gregory Polanco.
First pitch of the at-bat. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at.
いいですね。
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now.
ショート、
There
エ
is
チェバリア。
Echevarria. He's got it for the first out.
Third baseman number 16, Jung-ho Gan.
Ready for another chance. Jung-ho Gan. He singled his last time up. A cold strike on the inside corner.
Well, he is working fast, and he wants that quick inning, just throwing a lot of strikes. Right now, 0-1. Again, I think he comes right after him and makes him swing the bat.
The windup and the 0-1. And there's ball one.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Hit the other way out toward right field. Stanton has a read on it. He pulls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, right fielder, Andrew McCutchen.
Digging in to try it again. Andrew McCutchen reached base via the walk in his first plate appearance. First delivery to him on the way. A changeup that just nips the outside of the zone. 2 out, nobody on.
コントロールはね、そんなに悪くはね、なさそうですね。
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
He's attacking this hitter a lot more aggressively than he did the first time when he faced him and issued a walk, coming right after him here.
Here's a drive by
うわ
McCutchen.
これは
Hit well out to deep
ファー
in
ル
the
です
field.
ね。できました。
And this will wind up being nothing more than a long foul ball, and it'll hold the count at 0-2. Oh, and look out as this runs in and gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
You know, with 2 outs and nobody on, that's the last thing you want to do on the mound. That really gives the opposition some hope that they can do something with this inning.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Josh Harrison. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
さあ、ツーアウトからランナーが
First pitch
出
on
てしまっ
his
たけど
way.
も、
Hit on the ground
い
out
い
to
初
short.
球を出してショー
Toss
トゴロ
over to Gordon at second, and that ends the inning. Pirates leave 1. Still down 3-0. Striding in once again, D. Gordon. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Second baseman.
さあ3回、1番の
Third
D コー
baseman
ド
in tight,
からで
protecting
す
the
ね。
bunt, the first pitch.
初球はショート正面に
Just does get him at first as he was really moving that time.
The batter, center fielder.
And with the first month of the season rapidly drawing to a close, here's a look at our upcoming schedule into the first week of May.
さあ16連戦の真っ只中の第5戦目ですね、今日ね。
Now at the plate, Christian Yelich, a Silver Slugger recipient for National League outfielders
さあ
a year
2番の
ago.
イエリッチ、
Into the windup and the pitch. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Chopped down the first baseline, but it's a foul ball, says the first base umpire. One and one, here it comes. Hit on the ground
ここは
toward
三
the
遊間
left.
をうまく
And a base hit
流
is
し
that's
まし
into
た。
left, and they've got themselves a base runner.
When you're struggling, you look for anything. Been off to a little bit of a cold streak. He didn't hit it hard, but that's a big one to build on.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Into the box now.
さあ先ほどホームランのスタート、イエリッチは盗塁成功ですね。
So he's in safely following the stolen
さあ
base,
マー
and
リ
running
ン
has
ズ
been made a
14
priority
個の
on
盗
this
塁で
team here in the early going as we view the league leaderboard for team stolen bases. And you can see that these guys currently find themselves fourth in the NL in that
第
category.
4位ですね。
Runner at second here with one man out.
さあイエリッチの盗塁でランナーセカンド。
Foul tip held onto behind the plate at strike two. For Yelich, his third bag here in the month
イ
of
エリ
April.
ッチは3つ目ですね。
He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a curveball that started low and broke lower. Ball one.
Tried to get him to chase that 0-2 curveball there, but he wasn't biting. Very well could see it again here, though.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Misses. Ball two.
A lot of righty pitchers will throw that two-seamer to right-handed hitters to try to jam the guy or even make some firewood. He got it in there, but that was a good take to lay off and take the ball.
One out and a runner on second base. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball
さあ
three.
これでフルカウン
Wow,
ト
this
で
is
す
a
ね。
pretty good at bat right here. From down in the count 0-2 to work the count back to 3-2, and he's seen a lot of pitches too.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a liner. Foul. Payoff pitch one more time. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate.
Well, he's out in front of that breaking ball right there. Not surprised. I was after that fastball. Nice job of pitching, kind of keeping him off balance.
Here comes the payoff pitch. And he
Yeah,
finally wins the battle as this is
Sanchita.
swung on and missed for the second out.
Hey, anytime a pitcher locates a fastball on the inside corner, it's going to be a tough pitch to hit. That one was spot on, and he had no answer for it.
さあ4番のボアですね。
Into the box, Justin Bohr.
お
And
しゃれ
this
な
one's
し。
in the dirt.
イリ
And
ッチは
he's going to
三
make it
塁
up to
へ。
third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
That can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball has gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it. He was there, and now he's only 90 feet away.
A man on third with two down.
さあワイルドピッチで、ランナー進塁と。
Inside, and he falls behind the hitter now 2-0.
さあ
With
ツ
the
ーボ
runner
ールノー
on
ストライ
third,
ク。
2 outs, base open, and a good hitter at the plate, you have to be smart and not give in. If you walk this guy, so what? It's a lot worse if you give him a ball that he can hurt you on.
2-0 count, and the pitch. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
I like that. That's great 2-0 hitting. You're looking for one specific pitch in one specific area. You don't get it, you take it.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch.
あーらボテボテ。
And the pitcher will just run over and take this one himself, and the inning is over.
じゃあこれでスリ
One
ーアウトで
left
す
for
ね。
Miami, but they lead it 3-0.
さあ3回終わって3対0と。
Now to the plate, John Jaso.
Leading
He's
off for
0 for
Pittsburgh.
1 thus far.
First baseman, John Jaso.
さあ4回
Ready to deliver.
中盤
Here's
で
the
すね。
first pitch. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
Well, he got a high strike on a fastball right there. That's pretty unusual. Usually early in the count, you're going to see a guy work down in the zone. That high fastball, usually the put-away pitch with 2 strikes. He pitched him backwards right here.
Here's a fastball at the knees. Good spot, good pitch, and it's 0-2.
If you're able to locate your fastball like that, you're going to have a good game. I'm not surprised to look up and say he's having a good game right now because he's been spotting that fastball pretty good most of the game.
Sent on the ground down to second. Go to first in time, 1 gone here in the 4th.
Now batting, catcher, Francisco Cervelli.
At the plate, Francisco Cervelli comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Starts things here with a changeup for a called strike. The windup and the 0-1. Next pitch, chopped foul right at home plate, and he's behind 0-2 now. And opposite field as he lines this down the line right. And that's a base hit. 1 for 2 in his first couple of plate appearances. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
When it left his bat, I thought it might curve foul, but he manages to squeak it just inside the right field line for a well-hit line drive double. By the time the right fielder tracked it down, he was easily into second.
1アウトランナーセカンド。
Here's Jordy Mercer now as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1.
3点差ねありますので、まあホームラン打たれてもね、まあ大丈夫ですし、まだね4回ですからね。いやいいコースに決まってますね。
Here it comes on 0-2. And the changeup is way low that time.
Tell you what, Matt, if he makes a mistake here, 1-2 with the pitcher on deck, that would be a monumental mistake. I don't think he gives him anything to hit here. Makes him chase it to get him out.
And that's through into left, a base hit. And they won't risk it in third, so they're at the corners now with only 1 away.
Well, that's a line drive single, but the runner's not going to score. Now, remember, with less than 2 outs, he had to freeze. Hit it a little bit too hard at the wrong guy. He'll take the hit, but no RBI.
さあ、一塁三塁。まあ、ピッチャーですからね、バッターはね。まあ、ゲッツーならば、一番いいかなっていう感じですかね。
Hits are now even at 4 apiece. On the ground is short. This could be 2. Backhanded. To work for 1. Not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
ゲッツー崩れの間に1点入られましたね。まあちょっとショートもね深いところでしたからね。まあ精一杯ですかねこれで。 さあこれ3対1ですね。
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Tough slider down low for a strike. Now the 0-1. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. This one's chopped foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing 2 fastballs now in a row.
1 run, 4 hits, and no errors so far for the Pirates. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble.
めっちゃ飛んだじゃん。
Tyon rounds the corner and is headed home. And time as the run scores. So much of this game is situational hitting, guys. Nice job there.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to take your teammates when you're given the chance. He doesn't try to do too much right here. He just takes what's there. Safely on second, and his buddy is high-fiving teammates in the dugout.
Here's Gregory Polanco as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike one. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Nothing in one count. Here it comes. Very weakly on the ground. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
Ooh.
And a neck high fastball that time.
Well, tried to throw a high fastball right by him there. Didn't work, but now we'll see if that sets up some different options. Wouldn't be surprised to see a good slider down and away right here.
The 1-2 pitch. Chop foul over towards the coaching box.
Oh, he might have got away with one. 2-strike breaking ball that ended up being in the zone. I think he probably wanted that out of the zone, but fortunately, he just fouled it off.
And that misses 2-2.
Back-to-back sliders away. Now I think you have to think about running something hard in. Not a good idea to throw a good hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row.
He's set. Here's the 2-2.
Ooh.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. This one sinks low and a touch outside. It's a full count, 3-2.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Swing, and that's hit out of play up into the plaza level.
That is a 4th foul ball this AB right here. He's seen a lot of pitches.
早いな。これはイエリッチが追いつきましたね。よしよしよしよし。いやー、コンビも70球いってんのが、まあ5回まで、まあね、一応勝ち投手のあれがありますんでね、5回まではちょっと投げてほしいところですね。
Here's Marcelo Zuna to begin things here against Jameson Taillon.
Number 13.
さあ、5番のホースマからですね。
Bat explodes as this is popped up, and no one will get this one. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now.
Well, he's out in front of that changeup. I tell you what, he had the honor of the fastball. The fastball, the pitch before, and back with the changeup. That's a great combination.
0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing, and he pops it up over toward foul territory. Jason under it to put it away just past the first base dugout, and that's out number 1. So we saw the fastball there as he got the pop out, and that'll segue right into our pitch speed comparison for these 2 starters. And both guys can go back and get it when they need to. 96 on the one hand, 94 on the other.
これで94マイルで、タイロンは96マイルと。
JT Realmuto. He hit a 2-run jack in his
さあ、
first
6番の
at-bat.
リアルミュート。
Halfway to 100 pitches, here it is. And he lays off there, 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch.
いや、折れるな。さっきからよくバットが折れますね。
Line drive to center field. Into the slide, and he comes up with a great catch for the second out.
さすがゴールデングラブ賞。
That's a slick play out there as we take a look at it on show motion. He was charging in quickly, and he slides to get under the ball just before it reaches the ground and gets the out. Well done.
Martin Prado now. As he rips it on the ground to second.
セカンド。
And the off-balance throw gets him as he takes away a hit, and the side is retired. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. Back with more on this fine Saturday night following this. And that'll bring up the versatile Jung-Ho Gun. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest.
さあ5回、まあ今季はね長くてもこの回までなんで、一応まあ次スタンバイしておきますか。
Into the windup and the pitch. Swinging a ball line hard towards short, but this is yanked out there at shortstop for the first out.
Right fielder, Andrew McCutcheon.
Ready for another shot now, Andrew McCutcheon. He's been hit by a pitch and walked in the game thus far. Fastball in there for a called strike. Marlins have some action in the bullpen now as a right-hander is up and throwing. Fastball swung on and grounded out towards second. Gordon is up with it. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
Josh Harrison stands in. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
さああっという間に2アウトですね。
Here's the first pitch to him. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. On its way is pitch number 75. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. 5th inning of play here in a 3-2 ball game.
さああと1アウトですからね。ちょっと頑張って取ってほしい
Takes
で
a
す
look at
ね。
a slider that catches the inside corner.
That was a good 2-0 slider right there. Now you're still sitting 2-1. I continue to look for that fastball, but that was a nice slider right there.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. On the ground to third.
OK。
Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired.
あれか、まだ
Down in order go the
守備シフト
Pirates.
が
Still
直っていな
a
かったな。
3-2 ball game.
ああ、ちょっと守備シフトミスってるな、これ多分。
Ready now, Adani Echeverria. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
The shortstop, Adani Echeverria.
8番のエチェバリアからですね。
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Not his best effort that time. It's strike 1.
I'll tell you, if I'm on the hill, I'm throwing that changeup again. Didn't look like he picked it up very well out of his hand.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Chopped weakly
Yeah,
to the
決めた。
left. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
The pitcher, number 61, Adam
ここは代打ですかね。
At the
Conley
plate,
ですが。
Adam Conley. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Ah, カブレラでも出しとくか。
Ramon Cabrera will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning.
Ramon Cabrera.
High in the air. Gone is there
サー
for
ド
it.
フライか。
He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
The batter, number 9, second baseman, D. Gordon.
Digging in once again, D. Gordon. He's 0 for 2 thus
さあ
far in
1
this
番に
one.
戻って D ゴロンですね。
Into the windup and the pitch. And this is taken outside for ball 1.
With 2 outs, they're not playing him to bunt here, and he didn't show it there, but I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't at least thinking about it. He handles the bat pretty well, and he can definitely run.
Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. Hard on the ground toward short. Mercer is there. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Miami down in order, but they still lead it 3-2.
さあ5回終わって3対2ですね。さあそのまま行きましょう。
New pitcher to tell you about, and it's the side-arming right-hander Brad Ziegler that gets the assignment.
さあここからはね、もう細かい系統で、いきますかね。こっちじゃない、こっち。
Here's John Jaso now. He'll do battle with a new arm out there in their half of the sixth.
Jaso.
And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball one. This is line to left, and a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning. He'll get it into second. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a two-base hit.
When you heard the crack of the bat, you just knew that was going to get down for an extra base hit. Great way to start an inning, that's for sure.
で、あとそうだ。これね。シフトシフト。内野はノバーでね。とりあえずこれでしとけばなんとかなるかな。
Here's the catcher, Francisco Cervelli, as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike one. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Oh and 1, here it comes. And the changeup is way low that time. The set and the 1-1 pitch. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1. He's set and the 2-1 pitch. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. Weak roller right side.
Oh,
As it pulls the first baseman off the bag.
Well, they were talking about before the game. We got to
頼むぜ、
get that
頼む
ball.
ぜ。
And
ちょ
sure
っと。
enough, a double and now a single. And before you know it, the reliever's in trouble.
Ready for another chance? Jordy Mercer, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. First pitch of the at-bat. And a slider on the inside for strike one.
Well, he's got himself a little bit of a jam right here, Matt. He's got 2 on, nobody out. Look, I want to get a double play
もう
ball.
ダブル
Just
プレーで
pitch the
1
contact,
点
get the
は
double play here.
しょうがないかなって感じになりますかね。
Set to deliver the 0-1. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Here it comes on 0-2. That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure.
Oh, that's a tough call for Blue right there. Either way you call it, somebody doesn't like it. But hey, that's the life of an umpire.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Now a swing and a fly ball. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. 2 runs, 7 hits, and no errors so far for the Pirates. Hit down the third baseline.
ダメか、投げられないか。
And to score from third is the tying run. It's a 3-3 game.
ここで同点です
Digging in
ね。
once again, Jamison Taillon. 0 for 2 with a run batted in for him thus far. Becomes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
じゃあ
And no surprise to see the pitcher squaring around as he gets this one down. And he'll just put it in his pocket. It's an infield single. And this will go down as a big live as you can see the exasperation on his face. Trying to pick things up where he left off. Starling Marte, 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. First offering on its way. Tough slider down low for a strike.
Man, I tell you what, if I had a timeout and I went out there to talk to him, I'd say, look, we just got to minimize the damage. Bases loaded, no outs. We don't want them to blow the inning totally open.
The 0-1 on its way. Grounder down the line at third. He'll come home with it. They get the force at the plate. So as we take another look, this was going to be a tough ball to get 2 on going home to first, so they'll be content with the force out at the plate. Junichi Tazawa is called upon to pitch, really needing that double play ball. Bases are loaded here with only 1 man out. In now, Gregory Polanco, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball 1-0. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point.
サードの方ね、先ほど同様にホーム、とりあえずアウトにしてホームゲッツーを狙っていくって感じでね。
A 1-0 delivery. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Bases are loaded here, 1 man out. There's a swing and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Ozuna looks up. It's a grand slam. So he will touch them all on the grand slam. Home run number 3 here in the early going, as it is now 7-3.
いやー、グランドスラムか。
A grand slam off the first batter he sees. Clearly that's not how they drew it up. They're hoping he might be able to get a ground ball right there or something, maybe get an out, but a grand slam, where do they turn now?
いやー、7対3。4点差に。
Stepping in now, Jumbo as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul. Swing and a liner, but this will be foul. Ready on 1 and 2. Look out, and that'll give him a close shave.
Not sure if that was a purpose pitch or not, but I like it. As a pitcher, sometimes you've got to be willing to back the guy off the plate by running something hard inside. You can't just let guys be comfortable standing in the batter's box against him.
And a splitter swung on and missed that time, and that'll be out number 2.
Right fielder, Andrew McCutchen.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Andrew McCutchen. He's been hit by a pitch and walked in the game thus far. Here comes the first pitch. Slider right over the middle, taken for a strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Grounded up the first baseline.
ファースト。
And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is
さあ
over.
4点差か。
So they put up a big number in the inning
7
as
回、
five
8回、
crossed
9回
the
と、まあ
plate.
残り
And this
3
was
回
the
ね、
biggie here, the
ありますから
grand
ね。
slam home run. Through 5 and a half, it's the Pirates 7 and the Marlins 3. In is Christian Yelich. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Center fielder, Christian Yelich.
さあ2番のイエリッチからですね。
Line to the right side.
OK、初球ラ
And
イト
they'll
前
start
へ。
this inning off with a base hit as that one's through. So the leadoff man reaches in their half of the 6th. So he'll hold on at first following the single to right, making 2 hits for him here this evening. And as you have a look there at the Marlins leaderboard, you can see he currently ranks second in that department.
ヒット数はチーム内のヒット数こんな感じになってますね。や
Giancarlo
っぱり
Stanton
1位がね、よ
now
く
comes
打っ
in
てくれ
1
て
for
ますから
2
ね。
with that home run he hit earlier.
非常にチャンスはできますね。さあスタントン第1打席はホームランでした。
He's set and the pitch. Hit hard up
い
the
や
middle.
ーセカ
Played
ン
on
ド
the backhand.
ダ
Step
ブル
on
プ
the
レ
back
ー。
for 1. Back to first, and they'll take care of Stanton as well. It's a double play.
First baseman, Justin Bohr.
Riding in
マ
once
ジ
again,
か。
Justin Bohr. No one on base for him after the double play.
Yeah, Matt, that 2-ball really changed the complexion of this inning. For the second time, it looked like the middle of the order
いやー
was going to
7
have
回
a chance to get a big
い
hit
や
with
この
some
回ね
ducks on
1
the
点
pond.
でも
But
ね
now they just have
返
to
した
try
か
and
った
get a
です
2-out
けど
rally
ね。
started.
さあもう頼むよ。
Into the windup and the pitch. Here's a first pitch chopped foul right at home plate, and that's the first strike. And this is high, a ball and a strike.
Right there is a temptation pitch. Power hitters like this are looking for pitches that they can drive. So that may have been one where he was trying to get him to chase up above the zone a little bit.
Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Ripped down the line. But a foul ball. 1 and 2 the count now.
CP1 かなりね、右に寄ってますからね。さあサード方向はガラ空きなんだよね。
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Ball 2.
He executed that 1-2 curveball pretty well. I think it's right where he wanted it to end up, but he couldn't get him to chase at it. We'll see what they go with now after that didn't work out.
All even at 2 and 2. Here it is. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Now here's the pitch. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3 and 2. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Fastball too low, and that's ball 4.
Yeah, and if you can make it all the way to the 6th inning before you give up a walk, you're doing something right. He's been very efficient so far, so we'll see if he can get back on track here.
Here's Marcelo Zuna. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game.
さあ5番のオズナ。
First delivery to him on the way. And he chased up and out of the zone, a swing and a miss.
Well, he got him to chase a fastball right there off the plate. He's such a good hitter. You don't see him chasing out of the zone very often. That just tells me the pitcher's got pretty good stuff.
Oh, here's a shot out to right center.
右中間を越えてきました。オズナ
So
は
now
サ
they'll
ード
have
ス
2
トッ
men
プ
in
か
scoring
な。
position following the 2-out double.
Well, he was definitely struggling coming into this one, but I think we can say that cold streak is officially over. That's his 2nd hit of the game, and it goes for extra bases. We'll see now if this game proves to be a huge turning point for him.
さあオズナのツーベースで2アウト2、3塁。
And some
さあ
action
そし
now
て
in the
ここで
Pirates
リアル
bullpen.
ミュー
They've
トです
got a
ね。
lefty and a
今
right-hander
日は
up
ホームラン
the
も打
front.
ってます。
Into the box now, JT Realmuto. And he'll
センター
quickly
方
send the
向の
line
マイ
drive
ナ
to
ス。
center field. That's in there, base hit. And the
オ
runner
ッケーオ
from
ッ
third
ケー、ま
crosses
ずは
the
1
plate.
点返しました。
He's homered in this game, drives in a run right there. This is his third RBI of the ball game. He's doing his part.
Martin Prado.
さすがリアルミュートですね。きっちりセンター側が1で3点差まで来ましたね。さあプラドも続いてい
Martin
ける
Prado
か。
now. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. No movement on base. It's ball one. One and 0 pitch on the way. That one's going to find the seats. Strike one.
うん、チェンジアップ
As the
か。
changeup had him out in front there.
That changeup for the second strike right there is a great sign. When you're struggling like he has early in this game, you got to get in a rhythm. The changeup, off-speed pitches, all those put your mechanics in the right place to throw strikes.
Working for the punch out and the offering. That's
Yeah,
popped up
打ち上げてしまっ
out
た
towards
か。
short right field. And now
Second
Harrison
low
will
fly.
look this one in to retire the side.
さあしかしリアルミュートのタ
So
イ
it's
ム
a
リー
run on 3 hits,
で
no
1点
errors,
返し
and
て、
2 men left on.
7対4、
Seventh
3
inning
点
coming
差で
up.
すね。
Pirates on top, 7-4. Welcome back to South Florida. It's on to the 7th inning with the Pirates leading in this one, but before the inning gets underway, let's check out the game summary to this point. Josh Harrison stands in. He'll be tasked with starting things as we begin the 7th.
Harrison.
ピッチャー交代ですね。
Your
Jeff
attention,
Locke
please.
is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start
さ
inning number
あ
7.
4番手ロック。
And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball one. The pitch. Looks at a sinker there that drops in 1-1. Here it comes on 1-1. Check swing. No swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball two.
Boy, a check swing on a pitch way out of the zone. Just held up, but boy, as a pitcher, you're hoping that he swings at that one.
To short. Fielded by Hechavarria. And the
Short
throw
ball.
first is in
Okay.
time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Up next for Pittsburgh. First baseman, John Jaso.
Ready for another shot now, John Jaso. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat. And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball one. The pitch. Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Looking at a fastball for a strike on the corner. And the pitch on 2-1. Hit out towards second. Gordon is there.
OK。
Throw gets him 2 down.
Good pitch right there to run the two-seamer in on his hands and bunch him up. And an easy ground ball as the result.
Here's the catcher, Francisco Cervelli. as he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. So far 2 for 3 in this one.
今日は2安打ですね。
Circle change and a beauty. It's 0-2. And a neck-high fastball that time. Two out, nobody on. Knuckle curve, and he can't ring him up as it goes to 2-2. Swing and a line drive. Good play by the first baseman to spear this one, and that'll retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates.
7回は無失点に抑えましたね。さあこの回も1点2点返していきましょう。
He'll start things out here in the bottom of inning number 7. Into the windup and the pitch. Now a swing and a ground ball. This gets foul. It's 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. Swing and a line drive.
ショートゴロか。
Throw on to first in time, 1 away.
The pitcher, number 31, Jeff Locke.
ロッカー代打出しますか。ディートリッチ行こう。
Derek Dietrich will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning.
Derek Dietrich.
Line drive to left. And the pinch hitter will not be able to advance the cause, and there are 2 away now.
当たりはねいいんだけどな。
Here's D. Gordon now. He was retired via the ground ball
さあ D.
last
ゴードン
time
今
up.
日は
Action now in that
3
Pirate
ノ
bullpen
ー
as
ヒ
a
ットですか
left-hander
ら。
starts to heat up down there. Hit back up the
う
middle.
んセンター返し。
And that's through for a hit. So the 2-out hit will bring Christian Yelich in this inning.
That was terrific. You always hear keep your hands inside the baseball. That's a perfect example. The ball was in, and he took it back up the middle. You can't do that if you don't keep your hands inside the baseball.
And Clint Hurdle's out to have a conference at home plate, so it appears we'll see a double switch here. Daniel Hudson will come on now, and he'll slide into the 7th spot in the lineup following the double switch. Chris Stewart is into the ball game as well, as he'll slide into the pitcher's spot, hitting 9th now on the double switch.
Chris Stewart.
In is Christian Yelich, and with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit. But if they can't score here, it looks pretty bleak for them heading into the last couple of innings.
Here's a look over to first, and he's back easily. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
Well, these hitters can expect to see a heavy dose of that big fastball from this reliever. It's a major part of his arsenal.
Pitch out, nothing doing. Two out with the man at first.
いやー、詰まったかー、これは。ライトフライか。
The Marlins leave one. They're on the short end of a 7-4 score.
H で終わって次スタントンからなんだよね。まあそのままでいっか。
David Phelps has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the eighth.
David Phelps.
Here's Jordy Mercer now. His past batting line against David Phelps, 3 for 10.
Mercer.
And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one. The windup and the 0-1. And that slider's almost in the dirt.
Now that's a slider that's pretty easy to recognize. Started on the outside, you know it's going to continue to run off the plate. But one that's difficult is that one that starts in at you and still breaks over the plate.
Grounded down the third baseline. But a foul ball, 1-2 now. That misses, and we're even at 2-2. And the pitch. High in the air out to center field. Yelich is under it. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Now batting. Catcher, Chris Stewart.
So digging in now, Chris Stewart, and he's getting his first plate appearance here in the eighth after entering off the bench just a little bit ago. A called strike to the 35-year-old veteran, 0-1. Now here's the pitch, and that misses, 1-1. Both teams with 8 hits in this one. Here's a swing and a ground ball. But this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Tried to hold up there. Appealed down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. 1 out, nobody on. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. The 2-2 one more time. And now a slider in there for a ball, third strike, and there are 2 gone now.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Here's Starling Marte. He's doubled and singled in 4 at-bats in this contest. Into the windup and the pitch. Called a strike on the outer half, 0-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing and a little blooper to center. Here comes Yelich. Can't get there, though, and that's his 2nd hit of the game. So the 2-out success means Gregory Polanco bats this inning. Gregory Polanco will stride in again as we flash it back to inning number 6. And this was certainly a big blow in this one. A grand slam as he left no doubt about that one. Knuckle curve breaks outside for ball 1. His past batting line against David Phelps, 0 for 5. Now a throw over, and the runner will get back standing. From the stretch. Fastball in there for a strike. 92 on the radar gun that time.
Well, he took a pitch right there, a fastball middle end. Most of the time you're looking to swing at, but with the guy on first that can run pretty good, maybe he's trying to let him pick a pitch to run on.
It's a swinging bunt up the line. Foul ball, strike 2. A runner on first with 2 away. The slider freezes him at the plate. A called third strike, and the inning comes to a close. 1 left for Pittsburgh. They hold a 7-4 lead.
さあ8回ですね。きっちりと返していきましょう。
Rivera is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 73, Felipe Rivera.
さあリベロが上がりますね。リベロ。さあ3番の
Digging
ス
in
タン
to
ト
try it
から
again, Giancarlo Stanton. He'll see what he can do leading off the home 8.
Carlos Stanton.
'Swung on and missed for the first strike.
Boy, he juked him out of his shoes with that changeup. Stood almost no chance of doing anything with it, but it probably looked good coming in.
A fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. This is skied into the air to straightaway center. Marte on the
だ
move.
けどまあ追いつくか。
Now batting, first baseman, Justin Bour.
Ready once again, Justin Bour. 0 for 2 with a walk for him so far.
さあ4番のボア。
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And that swung on and missed for strike 1. The pitch. Got a big pass at a slider that gets past him.
Well, that slider right there, that's what makes him tough against the left-hander. That pitch is almost impossible
い
to
やー
hit.
三
Swing
振。
and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
Now batting, left fielder.
Digging in and looking for more, Marcelo Zuna. 2 away here in the 8th, and time's running out on him, Danny.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of outs left to work with, so it's time for someone to make something happen if they're going to get back into this thing.
さあ先ほどツーベースのオズナ。
Here it comes. And this is going to be a foul ball. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. And a slider gets away from him here as it just about got him in the ankle.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you can do with that slider breaking down and in unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line. You see a lot of swinging misses on those.
いや
Swinging a
ー
ball
ショ
hit
ット先行っ
softly
た
on the
な
ground.
ー。
And
ピ
8
ッチャー
innings
ゴロ
have come
か。
and gone now as the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. They're on the short end of a 7-4 score. The famous neon lights of Ocean Drive in Miami Beach. Welcome back to baseball on the show. Settling in now, Jung Ho Kang. He'll be charged with trying to get on board leading off the ninth.
さっきのからここをしっかり
Here
と
comes
抑え
the
てね
first pitch.
攻撃に
Swing and a
つな
liner.
げていきましょう。
Foul.
Well, it's clearly on that fastball. He hit that one hard. He just could not keep it fair.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Hard hit ball to short. Echeverria has it. Going to first for the out, and that is how the ninth inning gets underway.
Now batting, right fielder, Andrew McCutchen.
Here's Andrew McCutchen now. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, late in a game like this, calls that don't go your way
厳しいですね。
can really throw you off when you're on the mound, but you just can't
は
let
い、
it
今い
happen.
いとこ行ったんだけどな。
Composure's getting a little test right here.
And that pitch comes over to catch the corner. It's 2-2 now. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Hard back up the middle. And that is through into center field for a 1-out single. So striding forward now, Josh Harrison is past batting line against David Phelps. Batting .500, 4 for 8. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Oh, and I think that got him in the foot.
Infield single, as innocent as it may sound, that
不運
might
で
be
す
a
ね。
rally story right there.
The first
ピ
baseman,
ッチャー強襲の内野安打。
Jason.
Striding into the box, John Jaso. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. He's set. Here's the 0-1. And he lays off for ball 1.
The intent with that changeup away was one thing and one thing only. Get a double play ball. Nice job to lay off it at the plate, though.
Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Good late break to the slider. 87 on the gun there. It's 1-2.
He had some really good late action on that slider right there. It's hard to do anything with that pitch unless you're sitting on it and catch it out front before it breaks all the way in.
Swinging a soft liner. Oh, what a stop on the slide. He'll go to the bag for 1.
一塁選手か。
After fielding this one cleanly, you see he tries to take it himself at second base, but they just can't turn the double play.
セカンドはアウトですね。
Phil Gosselin. We'll see what he can do off the bench as he'll bat with runners at the corners and 2 gone here.
Phil Gosselin.
さあここで代打ですか。2アウトなんで、もうバッター集中でね、バッターをしっかりと抑えましょう。
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 at a pitch that catches the outside corner.
He certainly hasn't been the aggressor in this at bat. 2 straight takes, so now we'll see if he can change his approach and battle up.
Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Grounded to third. Throw on the first is in time, and that snuffs out the Bucko rally as the
さあ
inning
最
is
終
over.
回ですね。
Pirates strand a couple. They hold a 7-4 lead. Tony Watson comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the ninth.
さあ最終回は、ワトソンが上がってきましたね。
JT Realmuto will dig in again, and as he does, we'll flash you back to inning number 2 as you get a look at his 2-run homer that was a big blow early on.
さあ今日は2ランホームランを放ってます。リアルミュート。さあ3点、ここ3点差だからね、まずはちょっと塁に出るっていうことですよね。左のサイドハンドですか。かなりちょっと変則で見づらいな。
Beautiful changeup. Got him out front with that swing right there. That's what a changeup will do. Just keep you off balance.
A pause and the 0-2. Sent on the
Right,
ground out to second. Harrison's got it. Throw to first is in time for the first down.
Third baseman, number 14, Martin Prado.
Also striding in, Martin Prado. No hits in 3 tries so far. He struck out once. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. 1 out, nobody on. Hit down the third baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. There's a swing, and he sends the ball high in the air into left field. Polanco ranging back. He gets there, and that's the second out.
The shortstop, Adeiny Echeverria.
Coming to the plate now, Adeiny Echeverria. And he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the ninth.
さあエチェバリア
From the stretch, here's the pitch. And that sinker misses at the shoe tops. Ball 1. 2 out, nobody on. Grounded foul toward the coaching box at third. Hit to third. Taken in by Gunn.
さあどうだか
The first to be in time for the final out, and the Pirates
いやー逆転負けか今日は
3-game skid as this ball game is over.
Hey, anytime you can win a game, let alone on the road, you have to feel really good about yourself.
いやー先発今季はなかなかまあ勝ちがつかないですね
7-4 is the final score in tonight's game. Jamison Taillon earns his first win of the season. Tony Watson records the save, his third of the campaign. So that just about does it for Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, and our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to the show.
さあ、本日は7対4で逆転負けということになってしまいましたね。まあちょっとね、エラーとかね、守備のミスも多かったですが、またね、次回頑張っていきましょう。ということでね、ここまで、ご視聴ありがとうございました。よかったらですね、チャンネル登録や、コメントなどしていってください。それではまたね、お会いいたしましょう。さようなら。
Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 31 minutes. A reminder that Marlins shuttle buses are available outside Marlins Park with service to the Culmer Metro Rail Station.